if you've married into a family, you can raise your hand. And many of them have come up from Brownfield. Others came from Austin and other faraway places to be here today. This quilt was made circa 1928 when Bobby was about 18. And it was made as a gift from her Aunt Lucille Polk, who was a teacher, and she taught in the one-room school, Barfield School in Donald County, Texas. And that school building is actually not too far from here over at the Marian Heritage Center. What's fun about this quilt is that it's definitely an original design. And when I first saw it, I just wondered who those women were. Who are those 12 women on that quilt? Does it represent family members? Does it represent women in the community? They're all doing different things. You'll see if you get up close, one has a book, others have flowers. The artwork is all original, although it was certainly within the lexicon of quilting that I understood at the time. Bobby's mother was, let's go to the next slide. Bobby's mother, here on the left is Bobby. She was born in 1910, the oldest of 7. She used the treadle sewing machine as soon as she could work it while she stood at it and could see over the needle going up and down. So she actually couldn't sit in the chair and use treadles yet when she started using that. And she went on to be a seamstress and to sew a lot of clothes, fancy and otherwise, for people in Brownfield, where she settled with her husband. Her mother was artistic in that she wrote poetry. And she also had all of the daughters, so Bobby and her sisters, were artistic in some format. Either they were painting, or they were doing needlework. They all had that bent. And that's a great incubator, I think, when you have sisters to push you and to help you and encourage you. I didn't have that, so I'm terrible sewer. But I think that was part of what was going on. Of course, they played with what they could create in their home, creating doll clothes and other things. The house on the right, which is pictured here, is where Bobby lived when she made the quilt. Now, she lived with her parents for a long period of time, and then she went off to live with her Aunt Lucille, who was with her grandfather. Lucille's mother had died, and Lucille was Bobby's mother's sister. Yes, that means shaking your heads, yes. And there's a lot of information about this family in this wonderful volume called The History of Terry County, which Miss Hamilton put together one of Bobby's daughters. And all these little stickies are from Miss Hamilton pointing out the great information about the family, which is great for context, and which we love having. Let's go on to the next image. Next image is a picture of Lucille Polk, the teacher who the quilt was made for. And that's a picture of the Fairfield School from Donald County, Texas. It was a one-room school building that Lucille taught in at some point. We don't know for sure that she taught in it at the time the quilt was made, but it's a great piece, and it's sitting right over there at the Marian Heritage Center that you can go see it. Schools like this really were the place for ranchers and cowboys and homesteaders sent their children, and they were also centers of social activities at that time. So this is where she taught. She married a widower when she was 48, so at the time she was taking care of her father. She was not married, and probably was a great aunt to Bobby. Bobby was only 9 years younger than her Aunt Lucille, so I think they were more pals than they were that generation. We're going to show you on the screen first a few details of this quilt. Let's go to the next image. This is a really good detail because it's taken with a great camera. You can see the ladies. They're all doing different things, different hairstyles, different head coverings, different dresses. The next slide is not as good, but let's go on to it because it shows a little more some other women up close and personal. And then the next one. And now we're going to shift to Robin. So Robin can show you that with really good clarity. And she's going to show you a number of the women, and you're there. Go right in front of it, Robin, in case we want you to do it straight on. And hold when you're on each one for 2 seconds. Good. So the hair is different, holding different things. I'm sorry the lights aren't actually better in here. When we exhibit quilts in the main gallery, they'll be much better. It's hard to balance the lights and the PowerPoint so that you get to see everything. That's the blue one in the middle on the third row. See how nice and even the stitching is on that grid? Nice small stitches all the way across. All done by hand, and all that applique of the dresses is done by hand. So she would have taken that white block and worked it in her lap, and then sewed the pink and the white blocks together. And she turned me down. Okay, and then the top row. I love that hat. Isn't that great? Now Mrs. Hamilton said that she thinks her mother made this quilt just to have something pretty in the dusty days out in West Texas, and that's that's the only documentation we have. We don't know what her design inspiration was. It's all original artwork, which is a wonderful thing to have. And I'm going to show you next, we'll go back to the slides, some of the inspiration that I think she might have had. Let's turn now back to the PowerPoint. And then, Robin, if you want to move your body over here, because in the last two things will be this one. One of the things that might have inspired Bobby was Sunbonnet Sue. Next image. I didn't know until I started doing a little more research that Sunbonnet Sue was the brainchild of Bertha Corbett Melcher, who illustrated Sunbonnet Babies, which was published in 1900. This quilt was made 28 years later, so we know Sunbonnet Sue was out there. Quilters today either love Sunbonnet Sue or they ridicule Sunbonnet Sue. They make her do weird things like planting gardens or taking a hat. Sunbonnet Sue has been used for all sorts of activities that are both positive and then more